No, we're totally fine. This is NyQuil. Safe. Absorb those juices.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we are back with another reaction. We're super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit the red subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell because we're on the road to 50K. And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
People are cooking chicken in NyQuil.
Listen to this new warning from the FDA. They are urging people not to cook chicken with NyQuil.
There's a TikTok trend right now where people are cooking their chicken and cold or flu medicine like NyQuil.
The FDA is telling you do not do this, right? The FDA is out with this new warning against chicken cooked in NyQuil.
Why?
What is the benefit?
First of all, our dog don't even eat plain chicken. It has to be seasoned. Y'all over here just smothering it with some NyQuil.
No, the whole bottle. Like the whole bottle. Y'all dripping the whole bottle.
Why?
When did this
Who thought of this?
When did this start?
Why?
Like,
why?
Can somebody make it make sense, please? I heard of NyQuil and I seen what it can do, but on some chicken?
It don't go together.
Look, my boy got it in his hand too. Look, he about to talk about it. Look, he rinsing it up. I bet that water hot.
Oh, this? No, we're totally fine. This is NyQuil. Safe. Absorb those juices. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Food Theory, the smart show that takes on dumb news. Kind of ironic that an independent YouTuber has to be the one with some semblance of journalistic standards, but here we are, friends. Welcome to the state of media in 2022. If you thought the pink sauce was as dumb and dangerous as TikTok food content got, well, you're in for a rude awakening, friendos. Lately, people have been posting videos of a unique chicken recipe where they soak it, boil it, and bake it in cold medicine, most commonly NyQuil. By far the most viral of these was this now deleted video posted by user IG
Thank the
Rob
Lord.
Flo.
My wife got sick last night, so I'm cooking up some NyQuil chicken.
But of course, his spawned others. Cue the onslaught of enraged and confused media coverage.
The FDA has a big warning. Not sure who needs to hear this, but don't cook chicken in NyQuil.
Now, let me be clear right off the bat. Using medicine as a marinade for your food is a terrible idea. I think that kind of goes without saying. But just to be sure we're thorough here, here's why it's such a dangerous idea. First off, the recommended dosage for NyQuil is 30 milliliters every 6 hours, and half that dose for kids.
Could you imagine NyQuil chicken, like, biting into it?
Right.
Because NyQuil has such a
aftertaste that makes you shake, like...
I know
I don't like that.
I would throw up if I even smell it. Like, what?
Yeah, imagine how that smell whenever they simmering all that food and...
Oh, no.
Like, y'all smothering and strictly just NyQuil? Like, y'all, at that point, y'all cooking the medicine. Y'all now y'all doing something more than just drinking NyQuil. Y'all drinking something else. Once you cook it down, like, once you break down what it's supposed, like, it's liquefied to do one thing, but once you heat it, you're now cooking it down to do another.
Ooh, didn't think of that.
Hey,
my God. Just thinking about everything just has my stomach turning.
12. A standard bottle of the stuff is more than 11 times the recommended dosage. So if you're dumping it all into a pan and frying it up, there's a near guaranteed overdose waiting to happen. Also, the idea of just eating half the chicken to get half the dose of NyQuil that you put in isn't foolproof. Whenever you marinate or saute a chicken like this, the spread isn't going to be uniform. You might have noticed this when eating. Most food products are heterogeneous, meaning they're not completely the same throughout. And that's especially true of something like a piece of chicken where the lean meat, the fat, and the skin not only have different flavors as you eat them, but different properties that affect how they absorb ingredients. There's also the fact that what seems like a small amount of NyQuil might actually result in a much higher concentrated dose after you boil it. Just like letting a sauce simmer on the stove will thicken it up, NyQuil's active ingredients will become a much larger portion of the overall stew if you simmer or boil it. Meaning a little bit is going to be packing a bigger punch. And all of this is without even mentioning the steam. According to the FDA, quote, inhaling the medication's vapors while cooking could cause high levels of the drug to enter your body.
Sometimes
everybody going to sleep.
Makes you sleepy.
Everybody in the house about to go to sleep.
Just all around bad. It's going from bad to worse to you can't get any worse.
I wish I had a bottle like to show y'all all that it's supposed to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then every freaking medicine has a side effect.
The whole house going to sleep.
The whole house about to go dodo. They going straight to bed. And the neighbors, if they got vents, yeah.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. Not only should you not be eating this...
Bro, that's why I don't eat from everybody. No, man, I can't. I just can't, bro. Not for plenty of reasons. Not just because of how they cook it, but for plenty of reasons. I just can't just be putting food in my mouth just because, you know, somebody that cooked it up.
What?
Now, I don't need nobody in the comment section be smart talking about you eat from restaurants. I need y'all to pause. I'm not...
We check reviews.
Yes, we do. Like,
and we even take it a step further and look at the health grades and, you know,
But from somebody's house who literally has all access to the food without being supervised, without having anyone around them to tell them what's right, what's wrong, and they doing it from strictly misunderstanding and understanding.
Some people don't know how to clean chicken.
Some people don't.
Some people don't know how to clean their hands. Some people don't know how to, you know, separate their pets.
That's all of us already understood, but you shouldn't even be cooking it for the memes, and not just because it's a waste of delicious chicken. Memeing on it is inherently risky. But here's the twist to the story, friends. And yeah, normally I save the twist to the end of the script, but today, this whole episode is the twist. You see, NyQuil chicken isn't the real story here. It's not the most dangerous part of this whole thing. The most irresponsible thing to come out of the entire stupid trend, which isn't even a trend, but we're gonna talk about that, are the news stories themselves. Their selective reporting, their fear-mongering, and their overall coverage have taken something that was a non-issue and suddenly exploded it into a major threat. You see, this is how the news media has been covering the whole NyQuil chicken story.
A new social media challenge is encouraging young people to cook their poultry in NyQuil.
I can't believe we're talking about that.
It is strange that we're talking about it, but it tells you something about the world we live in now. Some people might actually believe it. So please do not cook your food in NyQuil.
The news bills it as a challenge that people are actively engaging in, and they repeatedly show silent clips of the videos in question, except none of that is actually true. Let's look at each of those step by step. Well, at first glance, the NyQuil chicken videos might look like your typical TikTok recipe. Actually, listening to the narration of the original video makes it clear that this is anything but serious.
Usually I use about, 4/3 of the bottle. If it's your first time doing this, you can get away with using about a fifth. Let it sit there and sizzle for about, 5 to 30 minutes.
What?
So it should be obvious for everyone that this is a joke, right?
Right.
4/3 of a bottle, 5 to 30 minutes. It's a parody. It should be obvious to everyone that this is meant to be a joke. And if that didn't give it away, the final line...
But you can't post stuff online, especially TikTok. TikTok is really a teen app.
Yeah.
You know? So when they see these things, they're like, "Oh, a cool challenge." You know, children are silly. So they're going to, do these challenges. Are they going to make it into a challenge?
So I'm glad it did hit the news and they made a mention to not do it. FDA saw it. They want to put a stop to it ASAP. Man, people can literally, overdose on this type of stuff.
Right. It's dangerous.
The video certainly does.
Boom, NyQuil chicken. Bone apple teeth.
Oh yeah, and that's a hair straightener that he's using instead of kitchen tongs.
Oh, that is
It
funny.
should make it clear that this is 100% parody for the lols, not intended for human consumption. And yet the
Can't
news
do that with
media
kids.
cuts out all the audio. The context is left on the cutting room floor, and all that's left is what seems to be a worryingly serious trend. But here's the kicker. IG Rob Flow's obviously satirical TikTok video was uploaded on September 4th of 2020.
Wow.
More than 2 years ago. Back then, the video didn't take off. It only went
It is
viral in
just now.
January of this year
Yeah.
because of a reaction video by YouTuber Action Jackson sharing the video to explain why this is a bad idea.
Not a react to making it trend again.
Hey, I mean that's a conversation by itself, y'all. The power behind these channels, you guys, like they will really bring things to light that never had any type of show. You know what I'm saying? My boy went viral 2 years later off of something because somebody saw it and reacted to it. So that's just that speaks volumes, man.
Yes.
Idea and why you would be an idiot to do anything like this.
It's not good for you. Please don't do this, children at home. Please. This man is a Hall of Fame psychopath. You gotta be ready to give your attention to the nearest hospital.
Google Trends graph for NyQuil chicken, we see that the biggest spike comes not after the satirical TikTok video, but in January of 2022, in the weeks after Action Jackson dunked on this whole year-old TikTok trend. In other words, the actual trend here, the fad that's getting attention and clicks and views, isn't cooking NyQuil chicken, it's the mocking of NyQuil chicken and talking about how stupid of an idea this is. And this is how the trend has always been. NyQuil chicken is not a new thing on the internet. Well, sure, the chicken has recently gotten renewed attention thanks to a TikTok video. The idea actually has its origin dating back to April 2017, where an anonymous poster made what they called sleepy time chicken, referring to the fact that one of the active ingredients in NyQuil is doxylamine, which causes drowsiness. Cue, of course, a thread of responses expressing shock, horror, and amusement. Any idea that provokes that kind of reaction is gonna spread. And sure enough, it made its way to Twitter several weeks later when Twitter user Tristan reposted several of the images from that original thread with the caption, "If she makes you NyQuil chicken, do not let her go."
Somebody needs to send Ghostbusters to his house, man. This boy out here making some... Bro, I don't even know what to call it, man.
And mockery and memeing. But here's the thing. In every instance, the original thread, the Twitter feed, this new video, everyone instinctively knows that this is a stupid idea. In fact, based on our research, there has never been an intent to actually eat this thing, real or otherwise. As a result, none of the posts that I just talked about, or any of the ones that I've been able to find using related keywords, refer to this as a food challenge. The trend here is, haha, funny chicken meme good, not, am I man enough to eat this and survive? Classifying it as an eating challenge has largely seemed to be an invention by the media. This is just the Tide Pod story all over again. A mountain of media coverage over a molehill of something that was a meme that everyone largely recognized as a joke. In all of my extensive research on the subject, I've been able to find mountains of coverage interviewing numerous doctors about the hypothetical dangers of eating NyQuil chicken, but no actual reports of people who were hurt or hospitalized or who got sick as a result of trying the stuff, because all the signs indicate that people weren't trying the stuff. They were creating satirical videos, and they were mocking the satirical videos. It was a meme. It was an excuse to make fun of a hypothetical person who would be dumb enough to actually try something like this. It wasn't an actual public health menace. The only thing that the media coverage did was elevate the visibility of this bad idea to audiences that might not be in on the joke. They also branded it as a real eating challenge, something much more dangerous than what it initially was. Looking at Google Trends search data for both the web and YouTube, NyQuil chicken was a non-existent idea in the public consciousness until a week ago, when the press got a hold of this nothing burger of a story, and suddenly it was the headline on nightly news broadcasts across the country. So why then would the FDA make an announcement telling people not to do this if it's not a big...
It's news.
It's news, yeah.
You know, mainstream media, they gotta find stories and...
They probably had it sent to them, you know what I'm saying? As always, like, journalists or somebody sent it to them, they saw it floating around the net, they reacted to it themselves, and they say, this is something
that's their reaction,
this
you
is
know?
their reaction.
That's how they react, so...
thing? I'm not the only one asking that question. As an article from the New York Post on September 20th put it, quote, "It's unclear why the FDA only now issued the warning about the challenge since videos have been circulating online for months. You want to know the truth that the news isn't telling you? The FDA actually didn't make an announcement for the purposes of telling people about the dangers of NyQuil chicken. Here's what actually happened. In September of 2022, the FDA posted a consumer update titled, 'A Recipe for Danger, Social Media Challenges Involving Medicines.' Now, it's true that this FDA update does make a brief mention of the chicken, using it as an example of a fad video that demonstrates an unsafe behavior. But this medicinally marinated meat is not the meat nor the potatoes of this FDA update. It actually devotes much more attention to the much more serious topic of a different TikTok trend. This one actually branded as a challenge that urged people to take large doses of allergy medicines like Benadryl.
Oh, no.
This trend actually did put multiple teenagers in the hospital, with one case ultimately proving fatal. That was the wider trend that the FDA update was about. Looking at the FDA video, it's obvious what their real message was here. It was a reminder to parents to be aware of what their kids are consuming online, to keep medicines away from children, and to talk with their children, making sure that they're not misusing over-the-counter medication. That seems like an important message. After all, there are TikTok challenges that have left teenagers hospitalized or worse. There are some trends that are branded as challenges, and unlike the NyQuil chicken meme, are actually driving impressionable youngsters to engage in unsafe behaviors. But does the media coverage that's been popping up cover any of this stuff from the FDA update? No! In the vast majority of news stories that I looked across broadcast media, the focus was entirely on, haha, can't you believe that people are dumb enough to try to make NyQuil chicken? Wacky that the FDA had to tell them not to do that. Maybe if someone had actually bothered to read the FDA update they claim to be reporting on, they'd realize what the real story was here. More serious challenges that you should be talking about, and more
blackout
serious
challenge.
steps
I remember that one.
parents should be taking to stopping that. But no, of course.
What about the cinnamon challenge? When people
Oh,
were literally
snap.
choking.
Bro, everybody was doing that one.
Not everybody, because I was not
Man,
doing it.
I didn't try it.
I don't
Maybe once.
participate in challenges.
But yeah, everybody was doing that challenge.
Not everybody. I
Literally
do not
choking.
participate.
That was a different one. That was a different time right there.
Not. Instead of sharing real public safety information about real public safety issues, the overwhelming majority of media outlets instead chose to take the low road, to use it as an excuse to dunk on how dumb social media is. Nope. In this case, you're the dumb ones, traditional news. You missed the forest for the trees. You sacrificed real reporting all because funny chicken video.
He said you missed the forest for the trees. We're going to talk about this a little bit more.
Thumbnails better. So here, let me do the work that they can't or won't do. Use medicines as prescribed, kids.
Right.
While NyQuil chicken might be a funny meme, don't do it because the fumes are going to be potentially dangerous. And more importantly, the wider lesson here, if you ever see anything involving medicine being used in inappropriate ways online, do not replicate what you see and then report the video immediately. Whether it's on YouTube, on TikTok, wherever. Because if you don't shut it down, people are going to get hurt. And worse, the news media might get a hold of it and make it into a much bigger problem than it ever was in the first place. But hey, that's not a theory, it's a fact. A fact that the news should have mentioned during the initial coverage of this story. Also, I'm not going to end this video with a bon appetit for very obvious reasons, I would hope. By the way, if you want to see our takedown of another mess made by the media, check out this video we did over on our sister channel, Film Theory, all about the Tide Pod craze from several...
That is funny. He did a good breakdown of this. I like this video.
Yeah. He had some good things going on in this video.
Yeah.
He did.
The news media actually made it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so loved it. There's nothing more to say. Oh, the forest for the trees. How the news, again, they have to report on things, you know, and they have to, you know, be the news. What can you say about
They gotta
that?
be the news. What their job is to put everything out there for the world to see, and they choose mostly what they want the world to see. So this was something that, I'm glad they actually put it out there in a sense, because I don't know if people was trying this stuff. Like they had a few things that they mentioned that people was trying back in the day that it was like fatal. You know,
yeah,
things was
they
happening that was fatal. So I'm glad this one didn't really go too crazy like, you know, it could have.
Yeah. So it was just a trending topic on the news. That's it.
Yeah.
So we hope you all enjoyed this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like to support the channel that way. And our join feature is available. Our mailing address is in the description box below. We'll see you soon. Peace.